Welcome to this coffee break about webinar repurposing, the market status, and also anti-marketing tactics. So this is a session following the EAIE conference, and I wanted to give you some highlights, some personal highlights, and also ideas in a quick coffee break. Actually, this coffee break is a series. I've been doing that for the last, almost 2 years. So I will also highlight some other sessions that have been taken place. You might find them useful. So of course, this is meant to be very short. So I will also be able to share some links to other coffee breaks if you like to learn more. There's actually already a link in the platform, so you can click on links, and there's a blog where you can find archives of sources and articles. And also the presentation is you can to download it in the handout section. So at the bottom there you can find it. So go ahead, and there you will be able to find the links as well. Now, all right, without further ado, let's go over to the coffee break. Well, I'm having a coffee. I don't know about you, but as mentioned, anything else is fine, of course, as well. I'm not here to sell coffee, but to help you with some ideas. And you maybe see on the screen, besides the title, a little, what is it? A leaf. So that's a laurel, actually. Just a little fun fact. A laurel is a symbol of victory, often given, I know, in Italian universities, but I think also some others, as a laureate, which is given to students when they graduate. But the idea here is that you also can get a laurel as a symbol of achievement, and we can help you with that. So that's what we're trying to do. So let's see if we manage. Now, over to the topic. Some trends in student recruitment. You can see some words on the screen. Of course, providing value to students is a big part, but also the others in budget limitation, AI, of course, also reducing attention spans, and currently also caps and budget cuts in a lot of countries, and also probably some resource limitations you might face. So as mentioned, I've been doing some coffee breaks on some of those topics. Today, I will focus on only the caps and cuts and anti-marketing, and also helping with some webinar repurposing. So, first of all, I'd like to know a little bit more about you. So I have published a poll. You can see that on the right. Please let us know where you're involved at the university. Are you involved in student recruitment, or not directly, but in maybe marketing or communications, or anything else for that matter? Thanks to let me know. I'm also going to open up another poll to know about your challenges. Do let me know your feedback, because then I can adapt this session to you, and of course come back to you if you like to learn more about any of the challenges. For example, if you decide which marketing channels to use, or you don't know how to get qualified students to make sure they're a fit, budget limitations as mentioned, or even how to use AI in student recruitment. So let us know. You can, I think, select multiple options. Yes. So go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I will start off with the first topic before we get a little coffee. All right. So first point: caps and cuts. Now, in some countries, I know, and that was a topic also at the EAIE conference, that many countries are facing some country restrictions in terms of maybe limitations of caps that they can recruit, and they have to enforce English taught programs, or even maybe due to visas. I know that's happening in the Netherlands, in Canada, also I think it's some parts in the UK, Australia as well, and maybe this is some trend that's coming to other countries. So what to do about that and being prepared is, well, first of all, the simple thing is, of course, being adaptable and focus on the things you can control. You cannot control everything, of course, but having said that, it's to spot opportunities. Now, what are some opportunities? We researched that a bit, and of course you can focus on some domestic programs. and also some different markets maybe that you haven't focused on that you can still recruit from. And also online programs could be an idea, or even hybrid if it's not been thought of yet. That way you can often get along by the restrictions. Also, it's interesting to think about the reduce of a drop-off. So we actually learned of a community, a going community. We have done a session about that as well. It's in the link at the right bottom, about how to make sure the drop-off is reduced between applications and enrollments. So if budgets are limited, you need to, of course, make sure that if what you have recruited actually join you. And the better we do that, the more effective, of course, is your recruitment. So about that, I have more tips. A last one on this one is the visa support. And since that has been a big topic in many countries, and also, of course, a very difficult one, a very specific one, we actually have teamed up with a company helping in visa support. So if that is something that's you're facing with, let us know and we can possibly help you. So again, it's a company specialized in this. This is not ourselves. Second point, marketing budget cuts. Sorry. Important there is to spend wiser. Of course, focus on qualification and conversions, and that's where you need to laser focus on, and that's what we do every day in all our campaigns. We try to make sure that what we get out there in terms of communications actually we get the right students. Anti-marketing is a good point of that. I'm coming back to that in a second. But of course, the conversion rates from application to enrollment is very key. You need to ask the right questions basically, and also when people sign up with you or ask information, make sure they're the right fit, right? So I will get back to that more in a second as well. In terms of limited resources, the simple answer is do what you do best and outsource the rest. That's what we would suggest. That way you really focus on your time and what you can do, and things that maybe take a lot of time, often content creation or things that you simply don't see much effect from, we suggest to outsource that, because there are companies and other ways to do that much more effectively. Especially as mentioned in content repurposing, or even AI can help in that. And that's also a session I've done a coffee break about that. All right, second point, anti-marketing. So if you are into marketing, and I think we have some people that are here in the session, if I see that correct. Yeah, well, most of them are in student recruitment, but you, of course, you're involved with that. So anti-marketing, what does that mean? Basically, it means creating personas, marketing personas, not only for the right fit, but also create anti-personas. So as personas that shouldn't apply in terms of requirements, age, but also the interest or the skill level for certain programs. So certain programs, you need the right requirements and skills. So really emphasizing and communicating that clearly from the start is key to getting the right students. It sounds as a no-brainer, but sometimes it's more difficult than it seems to really think that through, and throughout all the steps in student recruitment to do that well. So to sit down and really work on that is key. And we do that when we create our personalized campaigns. Now, talking about the campaigns, you need to adapt, of course, the communication to not only to the right persona, but also the channels. Also, of course, and this changes, by the way, every time as well. Facebook, many students are not in Facebook right now. So maybe the current students that you're looking for are on Instagram or even TikTok. LinkedIn groups, very interesting. LinkedIn can be very good for master and postgraduate programs, but it's very expensive if you do paid ads. We use LinkedIn groups, so specialized groups where the audience is your specific field of study, or even by interest. That's where you can get in front of them. Well, I don't have time to go through all these social media, but last one I want to highlight is Reddit. Reddit's maybe a quite unknown one, but getting more importance because this is where students actually discuss things themselves, and so it's more authentic, more real, and that's where it's interesting maybe to get in on and see and join the conversation, so to say. Now, personalization, I mentioned that briefly. Of course, you need to really make sure you answer the right answer to the right person. This can be done by students as well. Get students involved. Personal stories from students that are authentic are very important. And I will highlight that later, is that students want to hear from students. So don't underestimate that point. So then you also don't have to do everything yourselves. Again, outsource that to students. And last but not least, reverse psychology. So reverse psychology meaning that not only do things why you should join us, but maybe think about doing a webinar session on why not to join your university. I'm sure it will get some eyebrows raised and people are interested to join that. So that could be an interesting one to also consider. And that way, of course, you will end up with students that see if they're the right fit and join. All right, last one already, because as promised, this is only a shorter coffee break. Content marketing. So I just want to highlight again that so other coffee breaks are available in the links. So I know I'm going fast through this, but do check that out. About content marketing, it's a lot of work. First of all, to create good content, but very important. It's key. But you can work smart with that. So we, of course, have thought about that a lot as well. And repurposing can be a very key important thing. That if you have created content already, and in our case, often these are webinars, we are now repurposing the webinar into video snippets. So we take the webinar where maybe a student was involved or an alumni, and we take out little video snippets from that. We repurpose it into social media or people that didn't join the webinar but signed up, and send them this to make sure, hey, you missed out on this, or this is a student saying this and this. Maybe you feel connected with that, and here's the webinar to watch it, or even here's where you get more information. So that can be very useful. We also transform the webinar into a blog. Excuse me. We do that not for people to read the whole blog and read the webinar transcript, but for SEO purposes, because basically all the right words are said in the webinar. And by transferring this to a blog, it will be found when people search it. So a very, we think smart way to make sure your content is repurposed, and it's not very difficult, especially with AI tools and ways that we can help you with. Talking about AI tools, we can also now transform the webinar in a podcast, an ebook, infographics, you name it, all types of content that are just derived from creating a webinar. And this is what we now do with our current clients. So it's turned to be very effective. Some AI tools, I think this is interesting to highlight it. It might be a bit overhyped because people are all hearing about it, but just some actual practical tools. Of course, ChatGPT, but Canva has its own AI included as well. We use that. It's very effective. Flicky is a nice one for videos. DID, that's the one that's creating personas, so you can actually create that as well. And we're actually playing with AI-led webinars. Yes, that's right. So it's we're testing still with it, but who knows? We can even maybe have you transformed in an avatar or and have it all AI-led, saving you a lot of time. And of course, we need to be still involved with it because it is human work. As we like to say, it's AI, but it's human AI. So that's where it's still important. Again, there's a webinar, a coffee break about AI. You find it in the link at the right bottom. So download the presentation to get that as well. And last point, being authentic. So maybe opposite of sometimes it feels like from AI. Not to forget, be real, be authentic, get students involved, not to be perfect, stories, testimonials, have students take over your social media, get them involved wherever they can. They are the best source of future students to hear from. So don't underestimate that, as mentioned. Um, yeah, don't try to do everything yourself. Um, get help from them. Well, this is just a scheme from repurposing the webinar. I think I've gone over most of that, but that we can repurpose it into all different formats, into all social media. Anyway, it's the time. Coffee break is up. Maybe your coffee is gone as well. I hope you enjoyed your coffee, but moreover that you enjoyed the little break. Let me know any comments you may have at the bottom. I'm actually going to ask you a last polling, what you would like to hear more about. So is there any topic that you feel you'd like to learn more about, maybe improving conversion rates, again, AI, improving student well-being, sustainable campuses? Let us know. We actually have done some coffee breaks about these topics as mentioned, so I can send it simply to you when you click the right the interest for you. I will make sure that you get the coffee break in your inbox. You can watch it whenever you like. So also download the presentation to get the links. There's an ebook created on qualifying and converting students. You can get it right from our blog. So there is a blog, and it's now mentioned there as well. And last but not least, you can get a free university profile as well. So you can do that simply when you have joined this. We will reach out to make sure that you can get a free university profile on our portal, and that is the Study Abroad portal. All right. Now, I hope that was all clear. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm still here for a couple of minutes. So far, I think all is clear. Good. And I see different people joining in from different universities, from different countries. So that's great to see. Well, let's be in touch. If you have no time, again, consider outsourcing, because remember, if you do what you did, you get what you got. And having said that, we want to make sure you get your laurel achievement. So consider that, as we have done with many universities already, for sure in your country as well. So here are some testimonials, because those speak better, of course, not to tell us what we did, but have check out our portal and see what universities have done and what they said about us. So that's it. Bye bye for now. I thank you for having a coffee with me. I actually cheated, I have to be honest. I actually had a tea because I already had a coffee this morning, and don't want to overdo that. But thanks a lot for having joined, and bye bye for now from Barcelona, and see you hopefully soon.